I want to get back to that hard-hitting interview. Joe Biden was asked about bipartisanship because you'll remember, this is Mr. Unity. Stood up there on January 20th and said he was going to go for unity. Unity. I can't always be nice to Joe. I was nice earlier. Juan, can you please play for me cut 4?
Single Republican vote for tax cuts. How are you going to get a Republican vote for a tax increase?
Oh, I may not get but I'll get the Democratic votes for a tax increase. If we just took the tax rate back to what it was when Bush was president, top rate paid 39.6% in federal taxes. That would raise $230 billion. Yet they're complaining because I'm providing a tax credit for childcare for the poor, for the middle class.
Ooh, no bipartisanship necessary, Joe? There's even more to unpack. That's from the same interview. Just a small little snippet there. A lot more. You don't need any Republican votes, right, Joe? You don't need it. There goes Mr. Unity himself. Mr. Unity himself strikes again. Awesome, Joe. Awesome. Let's talk about that providing a child care tax credit, I think is what he was calling it. That, folks, is universal basic income. That is a test bed for universal basic income. They're calling it a tax credit that you get monthly. And then again, by the use of language, they're telling you it's to help people rather than give them the lump sum at the end. Well, the lump sum at the end would be when it's a tax credit, not giving money along the way and stuffing it into their pockets. It's going to last for a year. It came out of the COVID relief bill. If you didn't know that, that's for a reason. This is universal basic income. This is a redistribution of wealth, and they're going to have to raise taxes for it, even though he's somehow talking about cutting these taxes. He also wants to talk about how he's providing this to people. Got to tell you, Joe, you don't provide squat. You provide nothing. The American people provide that money. The American people also provide you with the consent to govern them, Joe. All of your power comes from the American people, and you're going to sit there as self-righteous as you were in that moment and say you're providing it. You provide me nothing. This goes into the fundamental difference of how Republicans and Democrats look at government. Republicans look at government and say that our rights pre-exist government, and it is the job of the government to protect my rights. Democrats believe that the government provides you with those rights. But as is the case in anything with the government, whatever the government giveth, the government can certainly taketh away. So why wouldn't you want to approach your government from a Republican standpoint? Why wouldn't you look at your government and say, you don't give me rights? You don't give me anything, Joe Biden, Joseph R. Biden. You give me nothing. You give me nothing. You provide protection to your citizens through a consent to govern us. You're not even allowed to govern without us saying you can govern, Joe. You provide us nothing. There's nothing there for it. Let's talk more about how he doesn't have to work with Republicans. There's something in the